What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday to you. We are almost at the end of the year. I'm telling you, I just got done helping my son with his homework not too long ago, and I'm just like, wow, like the day of a mom really doesn't end. Like, it's just, I find that my day ends when it's time for me to go to bed. I try to get like 30 minutes of just wind down time before I just crash, and then it's just repeat the next day. So yeah, I this time of year I'm just exhausted. I've used my brain a lot and I'm just ready to wind down. I typically don't vacation a lot during the year. I like to wait until the end of the year to just when the kids go on their Christmas break to just take like a week off and just regroup. And it's crazy when I am not on work time and I feel like I'm on my own time, I feel like I do more work. Like I feel like less stress to do work, and I'm just talking to people. I guess I'm going more places and have more liberty of my time, so it's like I'm a chatterbox anyways. If you run into me in a grocery store and we're just standing in a long line, we'll probably end up talking because it's just kind of how it works sometimes. But I'm trying to set my business up for 2024. So it's like I don't really stop. I just kind of take a break. I don't prioritize as much doing things that, are more draining to my mental. So I'm looking forward to the new year. I definitely want to go harder. I have a lot of learning curves this year. Um, I've learned to navigate my business without LinkedIn, which was very difficult in the beginning. But I started using Alignable, and let me tell you, I like that site. It has a lot of great people. It's not as robust as LinkedIn, where you have like every single corporation there. You have access to millions of more people. But I do like the vibes and the people that you can meet. I've met some incredible people on Alignable. The local people, we've been able to meet face to face. And it's just a really cool site. I love their Smart Connects. I host one every other Friday. I'm actually going to be hosting one this Friday called the Friday Night Groove. So if you want some face-to-face time with me and to interact with me, reach out and I'll send you the link for the Friday Night Groove Alignable virtual networking event. We utilize music as our icebreakers, and it's a great chance for businesses, small business owners to come together, meet other people, and see if there's some strategic possibility or even if you can do business together. So if you want the link to that, I would drop it in the chat after I post this. But try to join. If you're not on Alignable, join. I'd love to connect with some of the people that I haven't seen in a while. So especially my LinkedIn tribe. I mean, I think that's the suckiest part about not being on LinkedIn is just being removed from your tribe. But then I'm kind of happy that I had that break because I think social media was really just becoming such a distraction. I think that there was just so much, even on LinkedIn, which is supposed to be a business platform, that was just way too distraction, even for my business. It became so social and political. And I just think that hopefully, excuse me, in 2024, these major companies will kind of reevaluate, their stance on social and political issues because it does disrupt, your everyday consumers. It does disrupt, things to a degree. I have to be careful what I say because I don't like to talk about my job on social media, but it does impact how things, function when you have all of this unnecessary dysfunction added to scenarios that are already, volatile in nature. So I hope that, as people evaluate DEI objectives and ESG objectives, that they start to understand that execution is everything. And I've been preaching this for over 2 years now, and I've been very speculative on DEI and ESG objectives and how they would be executed just by just the pure debauchery of 2020, all that race and ridiculousness. It was like, if this is how this crap is playing out, it's just ridiculous to me. I'm not on board. I'm not on board with it. It needs to be executed better. And right now it's poorly executed. So you won't catch me really supporting DEI anything. Because it's just a big virtue signal to me. And I think that a lot of the conversations are out of context and they lack, just basic pragmatism. And some of them just lack modern day context and substance. So I'm over that stuff. But what's going on in the galaxy? You got the Democrats, once again, the people who are constantly crying, a threat to democracy, and yet they are continuing to threaten democracy. So you got the Colorado Supreme Court blocking Trump from the 2024 ballot, and they believe that this is in the best interest of democracy. I would be very interested to see a pure sample of various Coloradans just understanding, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is, part of the democratic process? Or do you think that it's justified? I mean, I have no opinions of Donald Trump. I think there's a whole lot of stuff against the guy that just don't make any sense to me. It seems like a witch hunt to me. It seems like every time you turn around, they're coming up with something, trying to sensationalize Trump in some way. It's like all of it really irritates me. And I always kind of go back to the fundamental questions for every American. Sorry, I talk all the time. I go back to that fundamental question is, of all the Americans, of all the American soil-born citizens, how the hell did we end up with the 2024 election coming down to Biden and Trump any damn ways? Like, even, if you try to throw in some of these B-League people, test the waters with that or whatever, even DeSantis, any faces that we have seen before, any faces that have been in government who have not delivered for people, how is it coming down to them? How is it coming down to them? And even if you're a pro-Trumper, you need to be thinking about, how the hell did it just come down to Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis? Of all the Republicans, of all the people that could have stood up for the people, how did it come down to even Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis? And we got Vivek Ramaswamy, right? But it's like, and he seems to be doing well on the Republican side. But again, these people are talking head. Vivek reminds me of Obama so much. It's like he's the Republican Obama. It's like he studied Obama and he's basically delivering, the Republican version of Obama. So, with that being said, anybody can talk on some key critical points that they hear people talking about and regurgitate them. And I say this about the conservative side all the time, the Republican side. These people are not original. What they do is they just prop up puppets to regurgitate what somebody else has said that truly was intellectual, to make them an intellectual and a talking piece and an influencer. And, speaking of influencers, I just want to make this note to, people, demons hate humans, right? And demons have long utilized humans as influencers to lead men to their own injury. And the master psychologists in this world are always going to be Satan and the demons. Satan and the demons. Okay, they are master psychologists. They've known humans and our inclinations way longer than we were able to master it ourselves. And that is just to say that, when you have all of these influencers, I don't care if they're mainstream media or independent media, a lot of these people are nothing more than demonic psyops used to sway you into some idea of your freedom being preserved by this group of man on this side or this side, right? But if you're a real Christian, you already know that there's nothing that any man on this earth can do for your salvation and the preservation of your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. If anything, you see all of these coordinated schemes to actually rob you of that. And these politicians will have you distracted with a bunch of nonsense. So you're not focused on the fact that your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness might be, compromised behind closed doors. And so, it's interesting, to kind of see some of this stuff play out. The Democrats, they're the most contradictory, hypocritical party ever. And to me, it's just an indication that none of these political parties can resonate to people organically. It's almost like they got to cheat. They got to freak the system in some way, to make it seem like the populace is really on board with a lot of the nonsensical things that they're doing. And that's Democrats or Republicans. They play ball with each other, but then they want to act like, they're just so in contention with each other. They're not. I'm pretty sure John Boehner and Obama, after they little spiels in front of the public, were back there having Manhattans and talking about how stupid we are. So, demons hate humans. Of all God's creation, they hate us the most. And even if they are to influence us and give us all the riches in the world, which they are able to do, right? It really doesn't work out for us in the end. And you see that with all these people who have sold their souls into some of these higher orders of things, right? Thinking that they're about to be special and more relevant than any other human being because they're in this position and they got all this money. And you see these people are miserable. They're constantly haunted. They want you to be jealous of them because of all the riches and fame and all that stuff that they got. But these people are miserable. Regular people out here living our life. We live in a struggle, but we're not them. We're not haunted nearly as much as these people that have sold themselves into Satan's world. And that's just 100. I mean, I pray to God all the time because I work in the financial sector. And, people have their different, opinions about the financial sector. But I realize that, the financial sector never has to be a bad space for anybody to be involved with, as long as you are dealing with people that have some level of integrity, ethics. And these are things that mean nothing to the people that are in charge of this country, that are running the show. They want us to have integrity. They want us to have ethics. They want us to have this convoluted idea of loyalty, but we can't get that same favor returned at all, right? Because, the thing is, it's not like demons are like, you get what we tell you can get. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I was looking at some clips about teaming with Bobby and Whitney. I'm going to say this. I feel like Cardi B is finished, right? She can try to leverage that ain't shit, blah, 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 do all you want to. You knew what you were getting into when you got with Offset. This man has showed you in every way, shape, and form how he really feels about you, right? And it's like, again, men who have women who are sexualizing themselves in front of multiple different men, they don't respect these women. They don't respect these women. I don't think that Offset truly respected her. He might have had some level of respect, some level of love for her, but he didn't have that as he would for a woman that he respected. And really, I think Offset really do go for more melanated women. I mean, he has that whole Michael Jackson, Prince King going on. I really think he truly trying to have a Wakanda forever look. And I really do think that he's probably more into melanated women than And I think even probably Cardi knows that too, even though he has cheated on her with people that are somewhat looking like her. There's something off about him. There's something really off about him, and something off about Cardi too. But anyways, Cardi think that I'm Cardi B. I got a lot of money, and so I am going to be able to find any man that I want. Any man is going to want to be with Cardi B. First of all, you don't have your original face. You don't even have your original body. You sitting up there with 2 kids and a baby daddy, all right? And take it from me, as a single woman with kids, it is not easy, no matter how successful you are, or no matter how together you are. It is not easy to find a quality of kid or a quality of guy with that combination of things going on. Because you have to be meticulous about the guy that you bring around your kid. Not only do you have to be meticulous about the guy that you bring around your kid, not just for you, but for them. You actually have to find somebody who aligns with kind of where you're at right now. So you're going to find it difficult. You're going to have to date up. You're going to have to date somebody who has way more money than you. And the problem with Cardi is that she's not very intelligent. She's not an asset woman. She's not even an arm piece woman, to be honest with you. I mean, in the broad scheme of things, Cardi B, take away all the makeup, and she is not the most exotic thing you've ever seen. If you saw Cardi B, if she was not Cardi B and she was walking down the street, most guys would not look at her twice. Like, they may look at her twice now that she got a new face and body, but Cardi B, they wouldn't have looked at her twice. And even with her new face and body, she's still not this overly exotic looking something that people are just like, oh my God. So, I mean, you see it with a lot of these wealthy women who, ended up marrying or dating down. Their men didn't care about their money. They didn't care about their money. They cared about their loyalty. They cared about how they would honor them in the public space, right? When you got a woman shaking her behind in front of all kinds of men, being hypersexualized in front of everybody or whatever, it's very hard to say that you honor your husband, even if that's your job. I mean, and that's the conflict that some of these female rappers have, because it's like, you're kind of projecting, hoe. You're giving hoe, but at the same time, you're housewife mom. And, I'm sorry. I think it's very hard for people to really sit back and see that. Like with Nicki Minaj, she's more vixen. I feel like there's a lot more class to how she presents and what she does than some of these younger female rappers who are just out here strip clubbing everywhere, right? I mean, I see Nicki go down and she do her little shaking, but I just don't see her just out there like these days as she's gotten older. I feel like there is some more ladylike to her than some of these other girls, even though Nicki do get a little younger in the mind sometimes in her looks and her actions sometimes too. It's like sometimes she's giving very smart, sophisticated woman, empowered woman, and then sometimes it's almost like she's giving like bring myself down to another level that's probably beneath me. But anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. I pray that everybody wraps up this year on a good note. I hope you have a wonderful 2024. And hopefully I'll do a video before the year ends. I'll definitely do my New Year video. I'm sure there's something that's going to kick off the new year in a funny way. And I will be there to laugh with you and capture it in conversation. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who have subscribed to my channel this year. I'll try to be more of a better content creator. Y'all know I'm trying to work and make these coins out here in these streets. But and YouTube, I'm not a partner, none of that stuff. So I don't get paid off of YouTube. I don't even think I have enough followers to do anything with YouTube that way. And it's funny, my Twitter page, my new Twitter page that I started last year, that grew way faster than my YouTube. So kudos, or X, I gotta remember X. But anyways, thank you so much. And if you have not done so already, like and subscribe to the channel and tell a friend if you like my perspectives. Bye.